I'm gonna have to get straight with you guys for a second. Life is hard. I'm sure I'm beating a dead horse here, but this year has fucking sucked. As someone who gets a lot of joy from going out and doing things, being stuck in the house has been pretty bad. When I am in the house, I get a huge amount of enjoyment from YouTube. And even though I don't use social media, I decided if I can give one person the same amount of happiness some of the content creators I love on this site give me, I will be very pleased with myself. Since I didn't have anything better to do, I decided to start uploading videos. Even though I've only gotten 5 views or less on most of my videos, I still feel greatly empowered that even one person is watching something I've made. Even the act of making it alone has filled me with so much purpose and determination, and changed my mental state from one of bleakness and despair to one of creativity and passion. It's not like I feel perfect all the time, but just that it feels so good to actually work on something and make something. I'm not very good at drawing or music, and as much as I enjoy poetry and writing, it never really feels like I've completed a project by doing it. I have such a love for video games, and watching other content creators made me realise that there is a lot that can be said about games that is actually interesting. I've always thought certain things about games, but I mostly end up talking to my friends who aren't really into playing anything except Call of Duty, so they don't really want to know about why Bloodborne's PvP rocks. What I'm trying to say is that as a hobby, or whatever you'd call it, creating scripts and editing videos and uploading them is actually really satisfying, and even though I'm not amazing at it and I don't get crazy views, it's had a profound impact on how I feel as a person. That is, until this Wednesday. For the past week, I've been working on a video about why I'm not getting the PS5 yet. My other videos have been mostly positive, but from my perspective, and being true to myself, I thought, you know what, people are going crazy over a console that has maybe 1 or 2 games that aren't releasing on any other platform. I figured it would be a controversial opinion, but I would probably be able to help someone that had been swept up by the hype or missed out on a pre-order and realised it wasn't the end of the world, and that if anything, the PS5 is most valuable to someone when it has an extensive library of games that take full advantage of its hardware. Scott the Woz touched on this in his recent video on console launches, and Iron Pineapple made a video about it in regard to Demon's Souls. My mistake was probably around the time I thought it would be a good idea to share this train of thought with all the people on the internet most hyped about the PS5, and probably the people that had bought pre-orders from eBay in their desperation to get their hands on it. I had previously shared my positive videos on their respective gaming subreddits and had an extremely kind response with constructive criticism from some very nice people, and by thinking I could continue that trend was my downfall. To put it plainly, the people of the PS5 subreddit just shit all over my video. Without even watching it, they called me salty. They said I couldn't get a pre-order, they reinforced each other's opinions, and one guy even called me the pinnacle of depression and cynicism, which thinking about it now is probably a fair comment. Still, at the time, all of these comments stung. I had put more time and effort into this video than any other, and I was really happy with the end product, and the response had been overwhelmingly negative. Even though I stand by the video until someone comes along with a valid criticism of it, I ended up taking it down for fear of attracting more negativity to my channel. The video got 45 views in 5 minutes, which is huge for me, but it also only had an average watch time of 17 seconds. After re-uploading it has had more total watch time than it did before from 5 views, with a much better like to dislike ratio. I feel much better now, but the experience made me really want to just give up. I felt like my opinions just didn't want to be heard, and I was wasting my time making videos. I felt like maybe I was wrong, and maybe I'm worthless after all. Well, all of that probably is true, but it isn't going to stop me. I want to inspire positivity, and I'm going to keep making content even if it's just for 1 or 2 people that enjoy it. It's good for me after all. And even though I've never been one to put myself out there on the internet, I think if other YouTubers can have such positive communities, there must be nice people on the internet after all. I suppose time was the biggest thing. When I first posted it, I felt hopeless, but after a couple of days it just feels like a small failure, and maybe my next video or the one after will get a better response. The key being to be true to myself. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that if you're thinking of taking up a hobby or starting to make any kind of creative content, do it. It's good for you. Everyone feels like they're not good enough sometimes, and the trick is to just keep pushing forward.
It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Even if you never show anyone the stuff you make, it's about the journey, not the destination. And that as far as I care, I'm going to keep posting videos. They're definitely just going to be about whatever I want to talk about, but I'm still going to make them either way. Thank you to anyone who has watched my videos or made a kind comment about my stuff. It is appreciated so much more than you could imagine. Thank you to all the YouTubers out there who have entertained me for hours, and thank you for watching. Peace.